I know that people have said for years that Valentine's Day is just a commercial holiday and we should be showing love every single day. But with social media, it seems like the pressure to outdo others is at an extremely high rate, and there can be some mom guilt with all the new Valentine's baskets. Like, when did Valentine's baskets become a thing for our kids? But here's the thing, Valentine's Day can be filled with traditions and budget friendly and something that your whole entire family enjoys. And I'm going to give you some of my simple tips on how we've made those traditions for the last 25 years. If you're new here, my name is Amy Cross, and this is the Cross Legacy, where I teach how to save money on groceries, reduce your food waste, and make meal planning and easy meals. If that sounds like content that you would enjoy, make sure that you're hitting that subscribe button. Can I just say, I live in the Seattle area where it normally rains, and it's actually snowing right now. And it's super distracting seeing snow come out of all of our windows, front to the side, and in the camera behind me. So I hope that you're enjoying the snow falling as much as I do. It seems like in February is when we get snow at our house more than any other time of the year. If you didn't know, Mike and I are high school sweethearts, and we have been together forever, it feels like now, over 30 years. And when we were newly married, I remember, so 25 years ago when I was a new mom, I went over to Grandma's house and I was kind of talking to her, trying to figure out what our Valentine's Day tradition would be. And I knew going out to a restaurant with a baby would not be fun. Trying to find a babysitter was really hard. And I didn't want to tie up anybody else on a holiday to have a babysitter. And it's just expensive. And so Grandma had a great idea and pulled this burnt orange fondue pot out of her cabinet. Now, this pot was probably older than me. I'm sure it was from the early 70s when that color was really popular, and we used this fondue pot for years. Over the years, I did upgrade to one that plugged in and was stainless steel, but even if you're interested in doing fondue, you can just do it on the stovetop too in a pan and then pour the items into a bowl, so you don't have to have a special pot necessarily. Now, I love with doing fondue that most of the ingredients are just things that I normally buy anyways, so I'm not going and buying special things. It's not costing a ton, and it has been a tradition for over 25 years in our family that we look forward to all the time. It was super special last Valentine's Day that we got to do it with Grandma when she was here living with us. We normally start this with a cheese course right at the beginning of our Valentine's Day, and we do this with green apples, which are my favorite, carrots and celery. You can do broccoli and cauliflower with it. We love sourdough bread, and just in the last couple of years, we've added pretzels to that also. Now, some years we've done it with a main course using either oil or broth to do a protein and a main course, but sometimes it's easier just to throw chicken breasts in the oven and have a super easy cleanup. So that's what kind of our routine has been lately, that I don't have to stand and cook something. We just do the cheese and then a protein, and then comes the star of the show, which is the chocolate. We do have these recipes linked on the blog, and they are in the description, so you'll be able to make it yourself at home. Now, I love that we normally eat produce in season, and strawberries start coming back into season in February when you can get those really large ones that are like the size of your palm. And so after taking a couple months break of having strawberries in the house, I love that we can bring them back. I just go grocery shopping once every 3 weeks, and so normally I'm going grocery shopping a week or two before we have Valentine's Day, and I'm able to keep those strawberries fresh the whole entire time, which is perfect because other people aren't looking for strawberries until the day or two before Valentine's Day, so you don't ever have to worry about them being sold out at the store. Make sure that you're following my zero waste produce guide, and we have a whole playlist on how to keep your produce fresh longer. Some of the other things besides just fresh fruit we have with the chocolate is angel food cake or Rice Krispie treats. Now, this is fun for all ages, but I would suggest if you're doing it for somebody that under 5 years old or so, or gets too excited with the pokey prong that you use for fondue, to teach them to take it out of the chocolate and put it onto a plate and then use a fork, and you don't have to worry about them shoving that in their top of their mouth. I feel like, okay, now we need snow progression here. So that's what we do for Valentine's Day dinner every year. I also, in the morning times, will make heart-shaped waffles or heart-shaped pancakes, just so we start out the day with showing a little bit of love. I love, over the years, I used to put on lipstick and kiss the mirrors for my husband. So when he woke up, he knew that I was thinking about Valentine's Day right from the beginning. I love also, for each other, we kind of hide little sticky notes or little notes in places that we will find them. So I still have one that's been there for years and years that one of my kiddos had put inside of my mirror in the bathroom. And so every day that is still there. It's one of those things that's been there for years. And I kind of wonder when we move if I'm going to have a medicine cabinet, if I just take it with me and put it in the new one. I used to suffer from seasonal depression. Normally it's raining here and not snowing, and it just gets to me over the winter months. I have found that celebrating some of these winter holidays really help push me through till spring, and I love being able to do little things like seasonal napkins. I even put them in my crisper drawer in the refrigerator. I will put like heart-shaped napkins and then go into the spring holidays to do that. Or we have these heart-shaped garlands that I made years and years ago out of scrapbook paper. I put these all over the house. So this one goes on our fireplace mantle. I have little ones that I make that I hang up in the bedrooms in different places. So it's just fun through February to have a little bit of decorations. And literally, I've probably made these about 15 years ago and just put them away every single year. This is also great if you have littles that you want to teach them how to cut, to have their raggedy cut heart shapes that you can keep forever, and also remember that memory of like the hearts not being exactly perfect. I love in February just making heart-shaped cookies. So I started this when my kids were little and I was able to just enjoy the time spending with them. But as they have grown too, I've sent the heart-shaped cookies off as care packages, which has been fun. And sometimes I will make care packages that they can decorate the cookies themselves. And if you're trying to reduce your like red dye right now, you can add beet powder to the frosting and it'll make it a pretty pink to purple color, and you can avoid some of those dyes if that is something that you're worried about. And we have been an allergy family forever, so I have a recipe on the blog that teaches how you can substitute different items to make it allergy friendly for your family. I also have a recipe to make your own powdered sugar, especially if you're diabetic like me, so you can make your own powdered sugar with monk fruit instead of with sugar, making it more diabetic friendly too. So there's all different kinds of options to make your own sugar cookies. I love Valentine sugar cookies because I don't have to mix a ton of colors. So you start with the white and you just add coloring to it and different shades until you get what you want. Now sometimes these are done with littles and I don't care what they look like. And sometimes I will spend extra time and make some special ones. We have made this a tradition to make this before Valentine's Day and then deliver them to our loved ones. One of my other things to do in February is to make beet hummus and make it heart-shaped on the plate. So I don't know why having things that are heart-shaped just make me so happy. So as one of my friends say, hearts are everywhere and I try to look out for them. But beet hummus is really easy to make at home and you're getting your family to eat more veggies. So I try to teach them to eat a rainbow every day, and our snacks come from the fridge. So when they would come home from school, I would make sure that I had a snack that was ready to go for them, and having a snack like veggie tray is just a perfect thing to hold them off until dinner. Make sure that you're following along the Cross Legacy so I can teach you how to go to the grocery store less and avoid those mad rushes right before a holiday. I just encourage you that Valentine's Day does not need to become the next Christmas. Like, take some family traditions, keep it simple, show your love, and make memories with your family that you can cherish forever.
Happy Valentine's.
Thank you. Thank you, and many more to you. I love you both.
We love you.
Happy Valentine's.